There are moments in life when you cry behind closed doors, smile in public, and silently ask, "Does anyone see what I'm going through?" You scroll past happy faces, people achieving, celebrating, and yet you're quietly breaking inside. But here's what I want you to pause and understand deeply. He knows. Yes, even in your silence, even in your deepest pain, he knows your pain. You wake up in the middle of the night, heart racing, and you don't even know why. Or maybe you do. Maybe it's the weight of everything you've been carrying, the expectations, the disappointment, the loss, the fear of tomorrow. And in that moment, in the stillness, when the world is asleep and the noise has died down, something inside you whispers, asterisk, does anyone see me? Does anyone know what I'm going through? Asterisk, you see, it's easy to feel like no one really notices, that your pain isn't loud enough for the world to hear. Because let's be honest, people are busy. They're caught up in their own struggles, their own routines. And so, you smile when you're breaking, you laugh to cover up the ache, you show up when all you want to do is disappear, but deep down, there's this silent scream, this unspoken cry for help. And the scariest part is that you start to believe that no one really sees you. But here's the truth we often forget when we're knee. Deep in sadness, your pain is not invisible. Not to the one who fashioned your soul and knows every beat of your heart. You might not say it out loud, but he hears. You might not explain it to anyone, but he knows every sigh, every tear that slides down your cheek when no one's watching, every time you force yourself to keep going when you feel like you can't. He sees all of it. And I know it doesn't always feel that way, because we're human, and when we hurt, we want something tangible. We want comfort, someone to sit with us in the pain, to wrap us in warmth and tell us it's going to be okay. But what if that comfort has always been there, just not in the way we expected? What if the silence isn't distance, but a space he's giving you to find him? What if the heaviness you're carrying is actually what's bringing you closer to your own strength? Pain has a strange way of stripping away distractions. When you're in pain, everything becomes clearer. You see who's really there for you. You see what actually matters. But most of all, you get to see who Allah is to asterisk you asterisk. Not the God you were told about growing up. Not the one in the books or lectures. But the one you reach out to from the floor of your room when your chest feels like it's collapsing. The one you whisper to with shaky breath and trembling hands. The one who responds not always with words or miracles, but with a stillness that steadies you, a peace that makes no sense but wraps around you anyway. A sense of being seen, finally seen, not for your achievements, not for how well you're pretending to be okay, but for your raw, real, broken self. Sometimes when life hits hard, the first question that echoes in your mind is, why me? Why am I the one facing this pain, this heartbreak, this endless struggle? You watch others move forward, seemingly without the weight you carry, and it feels unfair, confusing, and downright exhausting. You start to believe that your pain is just random, meaningless, something you have to endure without any real reason or hope. But what if everything you're going through is actually holding a deeper meaning, one you haven't yet been able to see? There's a beautiful wisdom in the way your struggles come into your life. It's like a master artist working on a canvas. At first, it may look messy, broken, and incomplete. But every stroke, every layer, every dark color has a purpose. Your pain is part of your masterpiece. It's shaping you in ways that comfort and ease never could. It's carving out space inside your heart for strength, patience, and growth. The very hardship you wish would disappear is the very thing that's teaching you how to rise. You see, life doesn't just hand out trials randomly to punish you or make you suffer. Your pain is not a curse or a punishment. It is a process of purification, a way to cleanse your soul from what weighs it down. It's a reminder that there's something greater than the temporary comfort of this world, something worth holding on to through every tear and every sigh. Every difficult moment is a chance to deepen your faith, to understand yourself better, and to rely on the one who holds all things together. Sometimes the challenges come in the form of loss, betrayal, loneliness, or disappointment. They shake you to your core and make you question everything. But these moments are also opportunities to find hope where you thought there was none, to build resilience where you felt broken, to discover a new kind of peace in surrender rather than control. Your hardship is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of a transformation. When you feel like giving up because nothing seems to make sense, remember that your pain is preparing you for something bigger. It's equipping you to become a better version of yourself, someone who can inspire others because they've been through the fire and come out stronger. It's teaching you empathy, kindness, and patience, qualities that only grow when tested by hardship. And even though it's hard to believe when you're in the middle of the storm, every struggle has a lesson, every tear has a meaning, and every hardship has a hidden blessing waiting to be uncovered. The key is to hold on, keep going, and trust that what you are enduring is not wasted or meaningless. Instead, it is molding you into someone who can face the world with courage, faith, and an unshakable hope for what lies ahead. When life feels like it's closing in on you, when the loneliness becomes almost unbearable, and you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, it's easy to believe that you're completely alone. You tell yourself, no one understands, or I'm so far from help. But the truth is, he is closer than you think, closer than your very breath, closer than your heartbeat, closer than anything you can imagine. That nearness is not just a comforting idea, it's a profound reality that changes everything if you allow yourself to feel it. Imagine for a moment the most intimate connection you've ever had with someone, the kind where you don't even have to speak for them to know what's in your heart. That's the level of closeness we're talking about, but multiplied infinitely. He is so close that every thought you have, every tear you shed, every whisper of your soul, he is right there. You don't have to shout or prove yourself. You don't have to be perfect or have it all together. The closeness is unconditional. When your chest feels tight with anxiety or grief, when your heart is heavy with questions and doubt, he knows. When your mind races with fears about the future or replays painful memories, he is present in that moment, holding you without judgment or impatience. He understands your pain better than anyone else because he created you. He knows the very fabric of your being, every weakness, every fear, every hope. Sometimes it's hard to believe this closeness because your heart is wrapped in hurt and confusion. But the reality is that this closeness isn't based on how good or faithful you are. It's based on his mercy and love, which are beyond human understanding. You don't have to be perfect or have all the answers to be near to him. All he asks is that you turn to him, even in the smallest way, even with the faintest whisper of your heart calling out. It's in those quiet moments when you feel like you can't pray properly or don't know what to say that this closeness shines the brightest. He listens to the silent sobs, the shaky breaths, the desperate pleas. He is nearer than your jugular vein, as the Quran beautifully reminds us, meaning there is no part of you that is beyond his reach. That nearness is a source of strength you can lean on when everything else feels uncertain. This closeness is not just about comfort, it's about connection and support. When you feel lost, he guides you. When you feel weak, he strengthens you. When you feel broken, he gently holds the pieces of your heart and begins to heal them. Knowing this closeness changes the way you live. It turns fear into hope, despair into trust, and loneliness into peace. It means you are never truly on your own because the one who created you is walking beside you every step of the way. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to break down. Sometimes life's burdens get so heavy that you feel like your heart is shattering into a million pieces and your soul can't carry the weight anymore. There's no shame in tears falling freely, in collapsing on the floor of your room, or in whispering, "I can't do this anymore." These moments don't make you weak, they make you human. They remind you that you have limits, that you're not invincible, and that sometimes surrender is the bravest thing you can do. When you allow yourself to break down, it's not a sign that you've failed or that your faith is weak. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's a moment of honesty and acknowledgement that you need help, that you need mercy, and that you can't do it alone. Allah doesn't expect you to be perfect or to carry every burden by yourself. He created you with a heart that can feel deeply and a spirit that can be fragile, and He is always ready to catch you when you fall, to comfort you when you're hurting, and to lift you when you're down. But here's the crucial part. Breaking down is only part of the journey. It's the moment before the breakthrough. It's the pause before you take a deep breath and decide to keep going. Because even when it feels like everything is falling apart, you still have a choice. You can give up, or you can hold on just a little longer. You can let the pain define you, or you can let it refine you. You can let despair consume you, or you can reach out and grasp the mercy that's always there waiting for you. Just when you think you've reached your breaking point, just when you feel like you can't take another step, that's often when the relief begins to show up. It might come in ways you don't expect: a kind word from a stranger, a moment of clarity, a sudden sense of peace that wraps around your heart like a warm blanket. Sometimes it's the quiet reassurance that you are not alone. Sometimes it's the realization that your struggle has a purpose, and that purpose is greater than the pain. There is a beauty in vulnerability, a power in being honest about your struggles and opening your heart, even if it feels scary. Because when you fall, you're not falling into emptiness, you're falling into His mercy, and that mercy is not distant or harsh, it's close, compassionate, and endless. It's the same mercy that healed broken hearts throughout history, the same mercy that embraced the lost and the hurting, the same mercy that is ready to heal you right now. So allow yourself to feel, to cry, to break down if you need to. But don't let that be the end of your story. Let it be the beginning of your healing, your growth, and your rise from the ashes. Because within that brokenness lies the seed of something new, something stronger, something more beautiful, something that can only come from trusting in a mercy greater than any pain you've ever known. Sometimes it feels like you've been pouring your heart out in dua for years. You've asked and asked, begged and pleaded for relief, for healing, for guidance, for that one thing that seems just out of reach. You repeat the same words, the same requests, night after night, hoping for a sign, a change, a miracle, but the silence feels deafening. No answer, no sign, just emptiness and waiting. It's so easy in those moments to feel forgotten, to doubt if your prayers even matter, to wonder if maybe Allah isn't listening at all. But nothing could be further from the truth. Every dua you make is heard. It doesn't matter how small or simple your words are, or how many times you repeat them. They are collected and held by the most merciful, who knows exactly what you need before you even ask. Sometimes the answer comes in ways we don't expect, not a direct yes or no, but through subtle changes, unseen blessings, or the way He softens your heart when you least realize it. Sometimes the answer is not yet, because the timing is not right, and sometimes it's something better than what you asked for, because Allah knows best. It's hard to keep faith when it feels like your dua is bouncing off the ceiling. But what if this waiting period is actually a part of your answer? What if the struggle you're in right now is the very thing shaping you, teaching you patience, and deepening your trust in Him? The waiting is not a punishment. It's a process. It's molding your heart, your character, your soul in preparation for what's coming next. Because the reality is that Allah's timing is perfect, even when ours is not. Sometimes the greatest miracles happen after the longest waits. Sometimes the blessing you think you want isn't what you truly need, and sometimes the delay is protection from something you can't see yet. Your prayers are never wasted. Every tear, every whispered word, every broken plea is valuable. It's a conversation between your soul and the divine, a connection that grows stronger even in the silence. So don't let the silence shake your faith. Don't let the unanswered questions make you turn away. Instead, keep calling out, keep reaching up, keep trusting that what you've asked for is on its way in the best possible way. Your Lord hears you, He sees your heart, and He loves you more than you could ever imagine. Your dua is not falling on deaf ears, it's being held in the most tender hands, waiting for the perfect moment to be answered in a way that will bring you true peace and happiness. When you feel overwhelmed by your pain, when it seems like no one understands the weight you carry, it's easy to believe you are alone in your struggle, that no one has faced what you're facing, that you're the only one walking through this dark valley. But the truth is, you are not alone, you never have been. You are part of a long chain of people who have endured hardship, who have felt broken, who have cried out in despair and yet found the strength to keep moving forward. You may not see it, but your story is connected to theirs, and through those connections there is hope. Think about the greatest examples in history, the prophets, the messengers, the righteous ones. They faced rejection, loss, betrayal, and pain just like you do. They were human with hearts that ached, tears that fell, and moments when they doubted. Yet they persevered. They trusted in the one who never leaves his servants alone. Their journeys were not free from hardship, but through their struggles they became beacons of hope and strength for generations to come. If they could endure, so can you. You might feel like your pain is unique, that no one else could possibly understand. But pain is universal, and it connects us all. There are countless others who have faced loneliness, failure, and heartbreak. You are not the only one who has stumbled, fallen, and felt like giving up. The difference is that those who find peace don't do it by pretending the pain doesn't exist. They find it by holding on to the one who understands completely. They find it by knowing that even when the world turns away, Allah is always near, always listening, always loving. This closeness means that you don't have to carry your burdens alone. You can pour your heart out to Him without fear of judgment or rejection. You can be as raw and broken as you need to be because He sees you in your entirety, the good, the bad, the hurt, the hopeful, and He loves you unconditionally. This relationship is your refuge, your strength, your constant companion when everything else feels uncertain. And here's something powerful. When you realize you are not alone, it changes how you face your challenges. It gives you courage to keep going, to ask for help when you need it, to reach out to others with compassion because you understand what it means to struggle. You become part of a community, not just the people around you, but the countless souls who have walked similar paths and found light on the other side. Your journey matters, your pain matters. And the one who walks beside you every step of the way is the same one who walked with the prophets, the righteous, and all those who have come before you. So no matter how hard it gets, remember, you are never truly alone. So if you're hurting today, let this sink deep into your soul. He knows your pain, He sees your tears, and He will never abandon you. Let your pain push you toward your Lord, not away. Let it build you, not break you. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken. You are seen, heard, loved by the one who created your heart and knows exactly how to heal it. So rise, breathe, and trust again because He knows your pain. And that means healing is already on the way.